Live deep in the heart of West Texas, the James Hendricks Show. Get ready to enjoy SIB perfection. Synonyms for excellence.
Here are some synonyms for excellent. Very good, superb, outstanding, magnificent.
Superb in broadcasting. How about them eyes? Alright. Got a few things to say. There is a rapper out there that I, in some ways, I admire. There's one song where he is, what the media calls the rhetoric. I don't even call it the rhetoric. Oh, that's right. Cicero, real blunt and everything. Forgiato's a good rapper. But, there's times I have problems, lyrics, but this country's become a hotbed of reactivity. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get over to Breitbart News. Now, you heard about the, how Nancy Pelosi says, oh, we're not going to have a recess in the House for Thanksgiving unless you pass Build Back Better. I'm sorry, but isn't that political blackmail? I mean, I researched it myself. This woman has had her congressional seat since January 1987. Okay, that's the month I turned 17. I'm 51. So many people on both sides of the aisle, I think, have served in Congress long enough. I remember back when I had political aspirations, I thought, House of Representatives is just a stepping stone. Say it was going to be just a stepping stone. I was going to be the first blind president of the United States. Well, now I am consulting my audience with the news. Anyway, this first article, House Democrats rake in donor cash in uphill battle to hold majority. Oh, kind of makes you wonder where they are getting their donations. Let's see. What can I say? Press conference sound effects. Yeah, what do you think about this? Here it is.
Keep your sound on with your screen off.
I'm just in that. You hear the sound of that? That sound is the man. It's the cameras. It's the wires. The internet, back in the end it was a telegraph feed, now it's the internet feed. The news stories being printed out. Extra, read all about it. We Democrats want our power still. Okay, here's one. Texas Bishop, U.S. Catholic Church shouldn't be captive to a political party. Alright, listen to me. I am going to stay away from that. And I'll tell you why. Number one, that's reactive. Okay, that's reactive. I'm going to stay away from that. Because there's one clause where I agree with the separation of church and state, even though it's nowhere in the U.S. Constitution. It was in the Constitution of the Soviet Union. But where it is that Jefferson's talking about, it's where any religious establishment is trying to hold the political power. The church I'm a part of, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, alright, they believe in what's known as political neutrality, so let's move on. Exclusive. Former Rittenhouse lawyer. I hope Kyle will file numerous defamation claims, including against the sitting president. I don't know. I think this is where conservatives got it wrong again. This is where the Federalists come in. I never thought about suing the president himself for defamation. Now, there is a case where a first lady, a sitting first lady, was sued for defamation. But it was one of those suits where the person was suing multiple parties. Let me tell you something. A defamation suit is hard to prove. I took mass communications law class at Texas Tech, and thank God I took it. Dr. Randy Riddick, God bless him. Good, great professor, and very good man. He said there's a lot of hoops you gotta jump. Are you a public figure? You know, and Walker v. U.S., 1967 case, part of that public figure thing is, are you deliberately thrusting yourself into the limelight? General Walker lost that case. Now, granted, at that point, you had, let's see, you had White, you had Fortes from the Johnson administration, you had Earl Warren from the Eisenhower administration. You have a lot of liberals on this court. Now, I could have gone the other way. It could have gone the other way. But a conservative judge. And I remember Dr. Reddick asked me, he said, he asked the class, it's kind of rhetorical. I kind of raised my hand, I was confident. He said, what political party would have voted for the dissent in this case? And I raised my hand and I said, well, those justices for the dissent would be a Republican. He turned to me and he said, Jimmy, you would make a great Supreme Court justice. Now, I don't know in the reactive hotbed climate nowadays if that's really fitting for me. I'm just a consultant. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a consultant. I'm doing public affairs for the people around me. Okay, Health Secretary David rules out mandatory vaccines for Britons. Okay, that's Great Britain. Oh, here's one. Matthew McConaughey beating Beto O'Rourke by 22 points in Texas governor's race poll. See, I remember when earlier this year, my mother had read something. I don't know what it was. She turned to me and she said, James, Matthew McConaughey, the actor, he's running for governor. I'm going to vote for him. I thought to myself, well, Mama, I don't know where he stands on the issues. Well, I kind of do now. He's against vaccine mandates. He's going to run against Beto O'Rourke. That tells me something. He's at least conservative and a good man. So, let's say that, well, once again, on this one, let's go ahead and wait until after the primaries, when we know for sure who has the governor's nomination, because unless it's getting pretty close to the election and pretty obvious, I'm not gonna declare my own personal winners and losers in this one, okay? Because that will go against everything that James Hendrick show's about. Alright? Now, I think we should cover one more story. Reports. Daryl E. Brooks identified as person of interest in risk. Okay, we're not going to cover that one today, okay? That's sad, that's sick, that's reactive. Okay. Joe Biden silent after Wisconsin Christmas parade tragedy. I don't think he's been saying very much nowadays. No. He's probably trying to wipe away blood from one eye. He's probably sitting down with Vice President Kamala Harris right now. So what do you say we zip over behind the scenes? Live from behind the scenes, President Biden is sitting in the Oval Office conferring with Kamala Harris. Mr. President, I'm sorry. I just don't think you should say anything. I'm not. Straightforward to program. Kamala, I need you and Health and Human Services to tell people, toss out that idea for religious exemptions to take the vaccine. We need to take control of coronavirus. Yes, I'm aware, Mr. President. I'm aware. Thank God Jill's back here for Thanksgiving. What are we doing for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I ripped a hole in my tie. Kamala, can you take over the Oval Office for a couple hours? I could sure use a little nap. Stay tuned next time in the Oval Office for Behind the Scenes. I mean, look. The humor is not meant to be at its own expense. It's just a little bit of satire. If he's got those conditions like people say he is, which, it's just hypothesis and conjecture as far as I can. Except for some things that I've observed. Because I don't know what physical position he's in because I'm legally blind. I can see him on camera and stuff. But if what they say is true, the man obviously needs some medical help. Dementia is a very